Hello and welcome to another episode of Living Football. It's exciting to be here again in the home of FIFA, and we're looking forward to amazing guests today. The one and only referee legend Pierluigi Collina will give us an update on the latest developments together with Johannes Holzmüller, FIFA Director of Football Technology and Innovation, and Kimberly will be joining us, another remarkable woman on the management board on FIFA. You absolutely have to meet her, so stay tuned. Since the VAR was successfully introduced in 2018, the number of incorrect decisions in football has been significantly reduced. But there is, of course, room for improvement. So to further improve VAR technology at all levels of the game, work behind the scenes is feverishly underway. Today we're delighted to share with you some of the latest innovations, together with Johannes Holzmüller, Director of Football Technology and Innovation. Welcome, Johannes.
Thank you.
And of course, the best referee of all time, joining us from Doha, Pierluigi Collina, Chairman of FIFA's Referee Committee. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Hi, Jessica. Hello, Johannes. Good to see you.
Pierluigi, last time I saw you, you were in your home office in Italy. Now you are in Doha. So first of all, how is it to be back also on the pitch?
Jessica, let me say that I couldn't wait any longer to restart with the in-presence activities with the referees. Unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, we had to stop all our preparatory seminars since last March 2020. But technology helped us and we managed to arrange some online activities. As you can understand, it's not the same as referees need to work on the pitch.
Pierluigi, let's talk about the VAR. It was successfully introduced in Russia 2018. How do you see the development since then? I mean, it definitely became, let's say, a top expert.
It seems that VAR always existed, but you're right, Jessica. Only 3 years ago, we were commenting the positive implementation for the first time in the major tournament worldwide. Since Russia 2018, VAR has been widely implemented in football. You may know that 5 confederations and 47 football associations are today using VAR in their main important competitions. And in addition to them, there are 9 football associations which are already almost ready to start. And some other 91 are in contact with FIFA to explore how they may use VAR. To make VAR more affordable for these football associations, and also in line with the FIFA president Gianni Infantino's Vision 2023, FIFA is developing the VAR Lite, which is a lighter version, less expensive and needing less human resources.
So the VAR is evolving. So the focus today here is on semi-automated offside. Johannes, I will be with you in a minute, but first my question to you, Pierluigi, why is it so important, semi-automated offside technology?
VAR had a very positive impact so far in football, and we can say that the number of major mistakes are dramatically reduced. But nevertheless, there are areas where it might be improved, and certainly offside is one of them. We are aware that sometimes the process to check a possible offside takes too long, in particular when the offside to be assessed is very tight. Mm-hmm. As well as we are aware that sometimes the accuracy in positioning the lines might be not 100% accurate. For these reasons, FIFA is developing a technology which we could offer faster and more accurate answers. And this is what is known as a semi-automated offside.
And this will change the game for years to come. So, Johannes, why is it called semi-automated offside technology?
Yeah, the technology is based on limb tracking technology, or some call it skeletal tracking technology. So that means that we collect up to 29 data points per player every 50 times every second. And then a software is processing this data, and in case of an offside offense, an automated alert is then sent to the video operations room.
That's important. It's sent to the VAR, not to the referee directly.
Exactly, and that's the reason why we call it semi-automated offside, because it's still at the end the VAR who has to validate and confirm the proposed offside line and the proposed kick point that comes out of this software, and then the VAR informs the referee on the pitch about the decision.
You are testing two different aspects at the moment. How are these tests going?
Yes, so unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, we had to postpone almost all our tests in 2020. So we were very happy this year that we could, over the past month, that we could do a lot of testing. And the focus is always on two aspects. The first one is the kick point. So we hope that with the help of technology, we can identify exactly the moment when the ball is played. And the second point is about that we can identify also which body part of the attacker or the second last defender is closest to the goal line. And we hope with the help of technology, we can be more accurate and faster, as Pierluigi just said.
And how were these tests going, and where did you test?
So we tested in several countries in Europe, so in Germany, in Spain, in England. We collected a lot of data. We are working very closely with the MIT Sports Lab, with Victoria University in Melbourne, as well as with the ETH here in Zurich, to analyze this data. And I would say that at the moment we have a very good understanding of the quality of the technology, and also what can be achieved with the technology if we develop it further in the coming weeks and months. It's a camera-based system, so we installed 10 to 12 cameras inside the stadium underneath the roof. These cameras are following the players where they're going. As I said, they're tracking up to 29 data points per player 50 times per second. And this data is then almost in real time processed and calculated by a software, by artificial intelligence. Then this is sent automatically to the video operations room, to the VAR and the replay operator.
Pierluigi, goal line technology clarifies a black and white decision, in or out. With offside, it is more complicated. Was it active or passive? Did the ball come possibly from the opponent, and so on? How do we solve these situations?
Well, Jessica, as you said, goal line technology clarifies black and white decisions, as there are only a ball and the line.
Exactly.
And for this reason, it was quite easy to find a full automated solution. In an offside incident, the decision is taken after having analyzed not only the position of players, but also their involvement in play. Technology today or tomorrow can draw a line, but the assessment of an interference with play or with an opponent remains in referees' hands. So the involvement of referees in the assessment of the offside remains crucial and final.
So now a kind of a dress rehearsal is coming up also for the new technology for the FIFA World Cup 2022. The FIFA Arab Cup starting on November 30th. How exactly, Johannes, will the semi-automated offside technology be implemented? You spoke about the additional cameras that we need.
Exactly. So as you said, or as I told you before, we will have a camera setup installed under the roof of each stadium. And this camera setup will be then connected to the video operations room, where we have servers which then calculate, which then process the data and send then in almost real time the information then to the replay operator. The replay operator has then the opportunity to show it immediately to the VAR, or what we will have at the FIFA Arab Cup is an offside station, a dedicated offside station where we have an assistant VAR sitting and the replay operator, and then this can be immediately validated and confirmed.
Pierluigi, you are now together with the best referees in the world. What are the reactions so far from the refereeing world, and what do you expect from this new technology?
I would say that, generally speaking, technology is something very important and useful in the pre-match preparation, as well as in decision-making process during the matches. And I can tell you, Jessica, that referees are really happy to receive a support that can prevent them from committing a major mistake. So during the forthcoming FIFA Arab Cup 2021, certainly we are expecting to improve the areas we have discussed before. I mean, the time needed and the accuracy. We have not to forget that this is a trial, the main important trial so far. The referees are very experienced. They belong all to the project Road to Qatar 2022. It means that they are among the candidates to be selected for the next year World Cup. They have already worked with VAR in their domestic competition, in their confederation competition, and also in FIFA competition. So we are quite confident that the outcome of the trial, from the refereeing point of view, of course, I'm responsible for this side, will be very positive.
Johannes, harnessing technology in football is one of the explicit goals in the President's Vision 2023. So what are the next steps?
Yeah, for us, it's a continuous development process. So we always start to try to identify a problem, a challenge. And then in close collaboration with the industry and the research institutes, we try to find potential solutions. And of course, technology can help a lot here. But it's also clear that we always see technology as a supportive tool for referees, for coaches, for teams, for medical staff, as well as for fans, with the goal to improve the football experience on and off the pitch.
Pierluigi, anything you want to add?
No, I hope that we have better clarified what we are doing and what we want to achieve. So now it's time to stop talking and start working for the good of football.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Perfetto. Grazie.
Thank you.
Dankeschön, Johannes. And of course, Pierluigi Collina, the best referee in the world.
Thank you.
Speaking of the best, in looking back at the many guests who joined us on the sofa this year, it's clear how many women now are trailblazing in football. From FIFA's Secretary General Fatma Samoura to former world champions and current Olympic gold medalists, they've all been part of living football.
Today at FIFA, we are 43% women.
Women and girls have been underserved in the game for a long, long time, and it's important that we try and accelerate and close that gap that has existed because of those historical issues that were there.
We have mobilized $1 billion fully dedicated to women's football for the cycle 22-26.
At the end, we want to win. We want to represent our country and make our country proud.
E depois que eu peguei a minha medalha aqui, para mim era um sonho estar ali, vivendo aquele momento, a minha alegria.
I will say 2022, despite the World Cup, is the year of women's football.
So here we are with the next power woman in line. Since joining FIFA in 2017, she has made it all the way up to the management board. Today, she's FIFA's Chief People, Technology and Operations Officer. Welcome, Kimberly Morris.
Thanks so much, Jessica. Pleasure to be here. Chief People, Technology Operations, big mouthful. PTO officer, yeah.
Kimberly, it's great to have you here. You used to work as a lawyer in the courtroom back then in Toronto, Canada. Today, you're an advocate for, let's say, greater diversity and also more efficiency here in FIFA. How do you achieve that in such a big organization?
Well, at FIFA, I would say that we're a professional community of people who are passionate about football, about the game. There are 830 of us, and we work in 4 different areas: football development, football governance, football competitions, and commercial. So we all work together with a common vision and a common goal of making football truly global. And we do this by focusing on the 11 goals that we have set for ourselves to achieve our objectives.
Yeah, one of these goals, for example, is to make FIFA more efficient and also more effective. Well, speaking about diversity, people from around 60 nations are working in Zurich here alone. So what advantages does that bring?
Yeah, I would say that cultural diversity is our strength, and it's one of our key benefits. So we're working to have an employee base that's reflective of our membership base. We have 211 members all across the globe, and that means to get to know them better and to help them in the best way that we can, we also need to be culturally diverse. Diversity of thought, diversity of experience. This all helps us achieve what we want to achieve and bring us closer to our members.
So, making FIFA more efficient and effective, what's the key to that, and what does that mean for the FIFA team?
Well, that's our goal number 3, to be more efficient and effective. Basically, to me, it means to get more done. And I think that it's easy to measure that, certainly through innovation, being able to adapt and change. And we've seen the past 18 months have been something really positive and really benefit for us as an organization. Through the strong financial reserves of FIFA, we've been able to develop the COVID relief plan. So we've been able to innovate, change, adapt, and support our members more this way.
With $1.5 billion.
Absolutely. And then through technology as well, we've been able to hold online congresses and council meetings. So again, that's how we look at the ability to adapt and change to make us more effective and efficient.
And to bring the MAs closer together, the 211 member associations.
Absolutely. Human connection obviously is still very important. So while a lot of us were working from home, we're now back working in a hybrid model here in our various FIFA buildings. And again, being closer physically to the members is something that's important as well.
As you mentioned, over 800 people are working here in Zurich alone. This is the headquarters, the home of FIFA. But FIFA just opened an office in Paris, and there are other 10 regional offices. You can see it on the map. It's like from Barbados over India, Malaysia, New Zealand, and so on. Is it not only football becoming truly global, but FIFA becoming truly global?
That's exactly right. And FIFA being truly global, I think, goes along with FIFA, with football being truly global. We want to be a high-touch organization. And that means it's not just about cultural diversity, but it's about being closer physically to our members who are all over the world. They're not just in one place. And we want to be a company that's not only close to them, but understands their needs in a very practical way. And the only way to do that is to get physically close to them and to make sure that we are able to respond quickly to their wishes, and also to help them grow and develop and seize on new opportunities that certainly are global and may be different in different regions.
FIFA sounds like a fantastic place to work. Well, it is definitely. So what do you look for in an ideal candidate?
Well, I would say that if you have an opportunity to join the team, it's a real privilege because, as I mentioned, there are so many people who are passionate about the work that they do and so many people who are excellent at the work that they do working here at FIFA. In terms of an ideal candidate, I would say there are 2 things. Obviously, the first thing is you have to have the necessary skills to do the job. As I mentioned earlier, we work in a variety of different areas. So obviously, if you work on the governance side, you could be a lawyer. If you work on the football development side, you could be a referee or a coach. So you need to have some technical skills. But in addition, what we consider equally important are the idea of a mindset, and certainly a spirit and a passion for the game, and also an entrepreneurial, innovative approach to problem solving and bringing solutions.
Speaking about mindset, so let's talk a little bit more about you, Kimberly. You're one of the key female leaders here within FIFA, along with Sarai Bahman, Chief Women's Football Officer, Joyce Cook, Chief Social Responsibility and Education Officer, and of course, Secretary General Fatma Samoura. So how would you define good leadership?
Good question. Good leadership for me is what I call the 3 C's: courage, clarity, and collaboration. So courage to ask the difficult questions, to make the hard decisions, to do the unpopular thing, which may be unpopular for some people, but is right generally for the company. Clarity, especially important when you work with a diverse group of people, culturally diverse, to be clear about what the message is, to be clear about what you would like people to do. So clarity is the second one. And finally, collaboration, recognizing that we're a team. You know, we're a sports organization and it's all about teamwork, so you can't do things alone. You have to make sure you hire an amazing team, that you motivate an amazing team, and then you work together to get the job done.
And I loved your motto, one of your mottos: life begins outside your comfort zone. So how do I leave the comfort zone? And what's your advice for others?
I think it's about setting a vision, picking a goal, perhaps a high goal, challenging yourself, and being fearless. So it's about embracing change. And we see that FIFA is going through a bit of a transformation.
Oh, yes.
So it's part of that embracing change, being fearless, being not afraid to fail and to try new things.
And finally, a word on football. I was interested to hear that you came from a background outside of the game, but has working for FIFA made you also, let's say, more passionate about the game itself?
Yeah, absolutely. Growing up, I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada. Not a big footballing area, more hockey. Ice hockey is more what's played there. But I had an opportunity to join FIFA TMS, and at that time I was looking at the transfers of professional male and then women football players. And I didn't only stay in Zurich to do that work. I went out to the member associations and the clubs, the professional clubs who were transferring players, and I saw firsthand the power of football, the power that it has to change lives, the hope, the opportunity that it gives to young boys and girls everywhere. And this is what's made me passionate about the organization, about our opportunity to bring change, about our opportunity to touch the lives of so many people all over the world. It really is an incredible organization. The work we do is so meaningful and dynamic, and it really is giving opportunity to a lot of people who would otherwise perhaps not have opportunities.
But Canadian football had a great success.
Absolutely.
I mean, this summer.
Absolutely.
You know?
Just goes to show you, change is in the air, right? Anything can happen when you set a high goal and challenge yourself and be fearless, as those Canadian women were.
Winning the gold medal.
Winning the gold medal, absolutely. So let's stay tuned and see how they do in the upcoming event in 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. Lots of good things to look forward to.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Kimberly Morris.
Thank you,
it was a great pleasure to have you here. So please come and visit us more often.
I'd love to.
On the Living Football sofa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And by the way, if you want to apply to FIFA, you can find all vacancies and more information about the application process at FIFA.com. Well, and after the Olympics, the next major event is coming over the horizon, not only for the Canadian women, the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 in Australia and New Zealand. The slogan definitely sets the tone: beyond greatness. The next FIFA Women's World Cup kicks off on July 20, 2023. And the 64 matches are spread across 9 host cities in Australia and New Zealand. But the anticipation is rising everywhere, whether in Sydney or here in Zurich. We definitely look forward to seeing you next time and tuning in. We hope we have made you familiar now with the new semi-automated offside technology. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Living Football. So see you next time. Take care and goodbye.